And now it's time for Hype on the Streets. This week's question has to do with the so-called brain drain syndrome that many people claim is affecting our Caribbean islands. Divine Diva is on the streets.
Street Hype, your lifestyle community newspaper, presents Hype on the Street, where people talk about issues that affect our community, right here on Zinc TV's New York Lens. College-educated Caribbean nationals continue to leave the region in droves. According to a study done by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Jamaican and Guyanese top the list of educated migrants at 4 to 47%, respectively. We're here in front of Brooklyn College, and we're asking the question, what can be done to control the brain drain in the Caribbean islands? And when we say brain drain, we mean what can be done to keep some of the more educated and skilled people in their own countries, as opposed to them feeling that the need to migrate to other countries. What do you think?
Well, there's no such thing as a brain drain, because you get educated and hopefully that education is applied to where you left. And when you go back, or whoever's there, you can send money to help them have a higher education where they won't have to leave. They'll know to use the resources better that exist there, because they don't realize what they have. And they you know, people there, I should say, think that when you come to an industrial country, it's so wonderful. And we're working hard to get back to that. Everybody has choices, and it depends how you deal with it and how well you succeed. But there's no real brain drain, because their country has to improve their situation so they don't have to leave and they can enjoy and have enough.
I believe that it's very important for we as a people to understand that giving back rewards our soul. And no matter where you give back to, you have to leave your mark on this planet. That's your legacy.
So what do you think? But what do you think about people who really come over here and then they never go back? They'll stay here, they'll send money home, but they never really go back over there.
Well, everyone has a choice, and it's the same argument for the African American community when they say that African Americans make it and then don't come back to the community. It's a very hard choice to make when you're dealing with quality of life. And sometimes I believe that the experiences that people have had have driven them to make the choices that they make. And if they send their resources back, that is their gratitude for their homeland.
I think if there's some changes in the country's economy down in the Caribbean, where it would have a lot more of an opportunity for people who are very educated that, you know, they come and seek when they come to America, like changes in the aggregate output, the production capabilities of these countries are not as big, not at the capacity of as America. So the doctor and a lawyer would find a lot more opportunity to work and practice their craft here rather than in the Caribbean.
Well, I feel that the government has a responsibility to educate those and provide either free or affordable education for those who are not as knowledgeable, so that they can stay in their country as opposed to migrating to other areas.
Kind of a catch-22 question, because I think globalization would help provide more jobs in Caribbean islands, but then at the same time it would take away jobs in the U.S. But I think if more companies branched out, bigger companies branched out and had buildings and offices in the Caribbean islands, it would probably keep more Caribbeans there.
What do you think the government in those countries should do in order to keep their people there?
Again, create more opportunities, not focus so much on the tourist attraction, but focus on the people that are natives, that are the ones who are working in the gift shops and working at the airport and working at the pools. They're stifled. That's what these islands are for. People go there and tour. It's like, come on, the people that are living there need to, in a sense, have some type of opportunity beyond beyond the tourist stuff. So I think that they should create more opportunities in that sense.
The monumental question is, can it be stopped? Is a challenge. Can we develop mutual relationships that are multifactorial in order for us to address our needs? Then that's probably where we should look at some of our initial steps, i.e. we train nurses, for example. We can continue to train nurses and export them. Can we do such a fabulous job with that? Additionally, can you imagine if all our young people were able to be computer experts, solving, just like how packages are gone abroad to India and to Asia? Can you imagine if in the Caribbean and if in Jamaica that we're able to develop those kind of economic packages? So I'm saying that, can we stop it? I would probably say no. But can we have variations to the process that will make it mutually beneficial for the sending and receiving countries? I would say yes, and our job is cut out for us going forward.
So folks, there you have it. I got a variety of different responses from people from various countries. And of course, you can see I only got one response from a man. So maybe that makes all the difference here in our educational system, in what's going on in the world, and what's going on in our society. So maybe we need to pay more attention to our educational system, and especially to our black men being educated in the system. This is your girl, the Divine Diva, with Hype on the Street, and you can join us right here on Zinc TV's New York Links.
Stay tuned. We're back after this break.